today on this weekly program is for ISKCON Cincinnati, and I see a lot of people joined in from Indianapolis too, and Louisville too, right? Mathura Priya Prabhu, and I think nice Kirtan from Sham Mataji's daughter. Was that right name?
Yeah, Nitya Mataji.
Nitya, yes, Nitya. So thank you very much. So thank you all for joining us. Yes, and Prabhuji, definitely what we will do is we will recap what we talked on last week. So I would like to see if anybody wants to answer my question that which mudra is, what mudra do we use to purify the sacred water? You know, how do we make the sacred water? And what was that mantra? Does anybody remember?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuro.
Wonderful, Mataji. And then how do you, when you are reciting this mantra in the water, how do you put your finger in and how do you normally do it? Would you mind showing that, having your video on, please?
I think this finger, Prabhuji.
Yes. So the way you do it is, that's right. You have your middle index finger,
Yes.
okay, and then you have the other fingers closed,
Yes.
okay, and then you put this water in that Achmani cup, the cup of water that you have. The way you put it is, just hold on a second. I'm going to get that cup, Achmani cup. So, नहीं नहीं हाँ बराबर. Okay, so when you have this cup of water, you put your index. The way you want to put it is the finger should not be dipped in the water and your nails should not be touching the water. So basically just your half tip of the finger is touching the water. And while it's touching it, you will sing that mantra. Gange ch Jamne ch Godavari Saraswati Narmade Siddhu Kavari Jalism Sundikaram. And then you recite 8 times name of Krishna. Klim Krishnaya Nama, 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 Klim Krishnaya Nama. So you do that 8 times. Now this water has become sacred. As we spoke in last class, that this water has all the Ganga, the Jamna, Saraswati, Narmadi, all the sacred rivers. And then this water, we use it, every time you enter the altar, or you're just doing any arti in the altar, you just wash all the arti paraphernalias or incense and all that stuff. Also, when I was reading more this week, one thing I notice is whenever you are performing arti, sometimes what people do is people take 2 incense, agarbatti, or they take 4. But it is said that you always want to go in the multiple of in odd number. So you take 1 incense or 3 or 5. कभी आपको 2 4 नहीं लेनी है, उसको ऑड नंबर में लेना है, या 1 ले लीजिए या 3 ले लीजिए या 5 ले लीजिए. तो ये करना है. उसी तरह फूल, जब आप फूल ऑफर करते हैं तुलसी महारानी को या भगवान को, जब आरती करते हैं, तो जो फूल की प्लेट होती है उसमें अगर समर के टाइम पे हमारे घर पे फूल होते हैं तो हम पूरे फूल रखते हैं, या तो फिर विंटर में जब हम फूल लाते हैं तो फूल की पत्तियां रखते हैं, नॉर्मली गुलाब, वी कीप द पेटल्स ऑफ रोज, so that also when you keep it in, you want to keep it in odd number 1 3 5. So that is one thing I noticed, which I did not know last week, so I'm just letting you know this week. Then we also talked about what is the importance of cloth, right? So what we need to do is when we are basically praying, in the morning, when we're doing the worship and all that stuff, keep a pair of fresh clothes, try to keep a, like a kurta or dhoti if you have it, or, kurta pajama. For Matajis, definitely some kind of, Indian outfit, and keep that, so that way, just when you come in the morning to do your altar seva, use that one, then put it back up. Do not wear that throughout the day or something. Just try to use it. And if you cannot practice this, because I know everybody has a hectic schedule, try to do it on the weekends. That'll be great. Else, also we talked about try to engage your kids in this seva, so that way they'll be slowly getting into that. Then we also talked about what else we talked about, Prabhuji? I forgot. I think we did talk about the water. Yes.
The tilak.
What we?
Um,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just saying we also spoke about the tilaks.
Yes, tilak. We did see how to perform tilak. We talked about tilak. On what part of your body you put tilak, and if you are going to work, some places do not allow tilak. Some hospitals, if you're working out of corporate, then on your forehead you just do a pani tilak. Basically, you're taking the tilak stick or whatever it is, and you're just applying it, saying the Krishna's name. So I did share that in WhatsApp group. The play. So we have that video thing on the photo of the Tilak on the WhatsApp group, and the name of Krishna's, what name we recite on the body part that we do Tilak. So that's what we talked about. Another important thing we talked about is please do not have a if you have questions about any type of worship, try to have a counsel in your life. Always talk to the counsel. That is what we talked about. And I think those were the major things we talked about. So today we're going to talk about prasadam, and how to do tulsi worship, tulsi Maharani's worship. Those are the two major areas we will focus on today. So the way we're going to start is we'll start with Mangalacharan, and then we'll proceed to today's session. नमाहं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपेष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांच गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरुदेव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। So okay, so what are we going to talk about is prasadam. Very important that anything we eat, we try to offer it to Lord. Okay, if not, at least if you are worshipping at home, at least offer one time meal like lunch or dinner. Try to keep an habit. That is how we started. First we were not offering every like 3 times a day or 4 times a day, but we started like offer a complete meal like lunch. Then sometimes we, if we didn't offer lunch, we would offer dinner. But now we offer 3 times, sometimes 4 times even in the snack. So that is very important that devotees should not be eating any any food without offering. It should be always a prasadam, because we do eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day, especially with this lockdown. We are normally working from home. We do, it does not take a whole lot of effort and time to offer. It is very easy to offer prasadam. So we'll start, let's say, before the prasadam, what else we want to raise. Whenever you come in the morning, downstairs, always go to your altar, or if your altar is closed, always go in front of your altar and always do a Danvat Pranam, seeking the blessing of Guru and Krishna to start your day spiritually, and then go to other works. That's what you should do. So let's say in the morning, when we are offering, we make any kind of breakfast, whether whatever breakfast we make Indian breakfast, continental breakfast, or it might just be fruits or juice, whatever it is, please do offer it. It is a very simple method to offer it. The way you have is it you have separate utensils for offering. Like डिश थाली अलग है, एक ग्लास, 2-3 ग्लास आपने अलग कर दिए, कटोरिया 2-3 अलग है, चम्मच अलग है, ठीक है, दो तीन छोटी प्लेट होगी, हाफ plate, whatever you call it. So you have that, and you want to make sure it can be anything. It can be copper, it can be steel, but not plastic or melamine. Just try to avoid those things, and always keep that separate. And you offer in that, and that is just for Krishna. You cannot eat out of those plate, okay? Or what normally we do is, let's say we offer something like fruits we offer. I'm just going to take an example. और हमारे घर पे पौवा बना दिया हमने, पौवा बना दिया, so we offer that. So what we then do is, when we sit at the dining table, then we say, अरे ले लीजिए प्रसाद आप ले लीजिए. Then you are serving from that plate. Do not do that. Okay, we cannot serve from that plate directly. The correct method is, if it is fruits, then take that fruit and put it in a different plate, the plate that we are going to be serving from, or the plate we're going to be eating from. If it is pawa or some other item, upma or whatever it is, then transfer it into the vessel that you made, पतीले, जिस पतीले में आपने बनाया उसमें transfer कर दीजिए. So that is the best way to do it. And then from there, you can warm it up again, or whatever you want to do, you can then offer it. उसमें से आपने डिब्बा भर के वर्क पे ले जाना है तो ले जा सकते हैं. But before you start eating, make sure the plate जो भगवान के प्लेट में है उसको आपने रिंस कर दिया. भले साफ आपने धो के नहीं रखी, शाम को आप सारे बर्तन जब धोते या डिश वॉशर में रखते हैं, just rinse it off a little bit and put it aside. So that is very important. Now, over here, that's what you do for breakfast. If you're at home and offering lunch prasadam, that is what you do. In the evening, if you say, for an example, because you came in, आपने सवेरे जो lunch बनाया था, that is what you're going to have for dinner, right? Which you cannot offer again to Krishna, You cannot offer thing again to Krishna, offer food to again to Krishna. It is always a bhoga. So at that time, at least keep an habit of offering a cup of milk, or just some fruits, or milk and fruits, or just some dry fruits. Okay, so in the evening, because हमें ये सोचना है कि हमारे घर पे हम कृष्ण भगवान की जो सेवा कर रहे हैं ना, देखिए हम ये भक्ति क्यों कर रहे हैं. Okay, it is not for philosophy, it is not for getting the knowledge. It is definitely that Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad का knowledge, but ये knowledge लेके हमारा ultimate goal क्या है? भगवान की चरणों में हमको भगवान की सेवा करनी है. अब वही सेवा अगर हम ये ऑल्टर में हमारे जो भगवान बैठे हैं उसकी हम नहीं करेंगे तो क्या होगा. तो आपको यही समझना है, जैसे हमें संबंध बनाना पड़ेगा. विदाउट संबंध हम कोई कार्य नहीं कर पाएंगे. जैसे समझ लीजिए हमारा अपने पति के साथ संबंध है, इसलिए हम उससे प्यार करते हैं. ठीक है, हमारे बच्चे का साथ हमारा संबंध है तो हम प्यार करते हैं. अब आप समझ लीजिए जितना प्यार आपके बेटे से करते हैं, राइट, चाहे वो काला होगा गोरा होगा, वही अगर कोई और का बेटा होगा हम उतना प्यार नहीं कर पाएंगे उससे, क्योंकि हमारा संबंध है. तो उसी तरह हमें संबंध बनाना है. हमारे ऑल्टर के अंदर जो डीटीज है उससे संबंध बनाना है, चाहे वो फोटो हो तो वो हमें संबंध बनाना है. तो उस संबंध हम बनाएंगे तो हमें सेवा करने में आसान रहेगा. अब समझिए आपने संबंध बनाया है, तो क्या आपके बेटे को, आपके पति को, या आपके मित्र को, या जिस भी भाव से आपके सखा को, कि आप उसे भूखा रखते हैं? नहीं ना. सो इस चीज हमें भी ये रखनी है कि भाई रात को उन्हें खिलाए बना सुलाना नहीं है. So always offer, very easy to offer dry fruits. At the last, even cup of milk, आप ठंडा फ्रीज में से दूध ले लीजिए, उसको माइक्रोवेव में 30 सेकंड्स के लिए वार्म करके सिर्फ मिल्क दे दीजिए, और कुछ नहीं करना है. नहीं उसमें शक्कर डालनी है, नहीं उसमें कोई मावा मसाला कुछ डालना है. डालेंगे तो अच्छा है, बट दैट इज एटलीस्ट यू कैन डू. बिकॉज भगवान कहते हैं ना, पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम, या जो मुझे पत्र दे दो, एक पुष्प दे दो, कुछ भी दे दो, एक ना हो तो फिर पानी दे दो, चलेगा, पर मुझे भाव से प्यार से दीजिए. तो ये चीज है. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे ऑफर में कभी कभी क्या होता है, हमारे मन में क्वेश्चन होता है कि हमने अगर मिक्स कर दिया और घर में सब लोगों ने खाया नहीं तो प्रसाद वेस्ट होता है. हाँ, वेस्ट प्रसाद होए वो नहीं चलाना चाहिए. सो फॉर दैट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज, जैसे हमने भगवान ने एक प्लेट में प्रपोर्शन में हमने ऑफर किया, तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके घर पे वो सारा खत्म नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि पतीले में भी और है, तो उस डिश में से आपने जो प्लेट में निकाल दिया उसमें से सबको सर्व कर दीजिए, उतना तो खत्म होगा. तो भगवान के पास जब भोग जाता है भगवान की थाली में, और जब वो भोग लगते ऑल्टर में से बाहर जब किचन में आता है, दैट ऑटोमेटिकली जो बचा हुआ पतीले में, whatever is left over in the utensils that you have cooked, once the bhoga is offered to Krishna and that plate comes back in the kitchen, everything that is there, आपने you might have made some vegetables or soup or dal or curry or whatever it is, that becomes prasadam. The bhoga, the food that is in that plate, that is mahaprasadam. Okay, so the mahaprasadam cannot be wasted. You want to make sure that is finished. Prasadam, if sometimes that is wasted, it is not that offensible. Try not to waste it, but if it is wasted, but महाप्रसाद को अगर आपने waste किया, that is offensible. ठीक है, तो you don't want to take that offense. So please always keep that in mind कि प्रसाद को अगर आपको लगता है, for an example, बहुत ही common चीज है, जैसे हमने करेले की या लौकी की ऐसी कोई सब्जी बना दी है, बच्चे नहीं खाते हैं, तो अभी हमने मिक्स कर दिया, फिर हम फोर्सफुली बच्चे को खिलाते हैं. डोंट डू दैट. जस्ट कीप इट. आप या वही लीजिए, बच्चे को नहीं पाता तो डोंट मिक्स इट. और ये चीज मैंने बहुत ही मार्क की है. मंदिर में जब हम जाते हैं ना, तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम सब साथ में जब बैठते हैं तो बच्चे भी बैठते हैं, और फिर बच्चे लोग नहीं खाते हैं ना, तो फिर बच्चे की प्लेट में माँ बाप क्या करते हैं, प्रसाद नहीं बिगाड़ने के लिए, they force themselves and they eat that leftover of the kids, right? They force themselves कि प्रसाद है नहीं बिगाड़ना चाहिए, but that is not good कि प्रसाद को बिगाड़ रहे हैं, but also take care of your health too. Okay, so try to keep an habit कि बच्चों को उतना ही सर्व करो जितना वो खा पाए, और अगर उन्होंने नहीं खत्म किया तो then you can at least finish it up. So you might have to go 2 times या 3 times to take it, but हम लोग क्या होते हैं, आलसी हो जाते हैं कि यार अभी दोबारा कौन जाएगा, चलो प्रभु जी एक और चम्मच डाल दो आप, पनीर की सब्जी एक और चम्मच डाल दो, हलवा एक और चम्मच डाल दो, and then we force ourselves. But don't do that. Try not to do that. Prasadam is, especially in temple, you should not waste prasadam. और दूसरी जगह पे यह भी है कि आप don't eat it forcefully too, you know, don't eat it forcefully too. So प्रसादम की ये बहुत मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि don't mix it if you think, especially like if you are inviting guests at your home and they might not be devotees, and if you give them and they might not like it, or you know, they might not finish it over, and if they throw mahaprasadam, then it's a big offense. So just give them prasadam, not mahaprasadam. Keep the mahaprasadam side, tell everybody that this is maha offering, please take whatever you can, finish it. So that is one thing. uh, i have I have liked very one good quality of Chirayu Prabhu. I have learned a good thing from him. What we do is we do bring Sprite at home. We bring some packets of chips or biscuits from, you know, Indian grocery stores, which does not have any kind of like eggs or, you know, onion or garlic and all that stuff. We do read the ingredients. We bring them, and definitely, you know, cookies or other stuff, you know, that kids like. So if kids are hungry, what they do is they just open the packet and they eat it. But keep an habit, even if it is outside thing, right? It is still not offered thing. You are eating pap, right? You are eating pap. Have your kids train in a way that, okay, beta, if you want to eat a packet of chips, or if you want to eat this biscuit or this cookie or whatever it is, take it out. Okay, put it in a paper plate. It does not have to be anything fancy. Have the kids, tell them, put it in a paper plate, offer it to Krishna. If the altar is closed, keep a photo of, you know, Radha Krishna or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya, or if not, at least a photo of Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, or your Guru Maharaj. You know, keep it outside in the kitchen, you know, somewhere on the platform, and always have kids an habit that before they eat, in that same paper plate or paper ball or whatever it is, offer it to them. And the way that to offer it is, just tell them that put it there. If you have tulsi patra, dry or fresh, tell them to put it in. Just ring the bell and sing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Give it about 5 minutes or 3 minutes, okay? And then ring a bell just one time that, thank you, Lord, you have made this into prasadam. Can I please eat this now? And let them eat it. Okay. Keep this habit. This is a very good habit Shirayu Prabhu has at his home, and he does this. Even if, because we all drink soft drinks, you know, sometimes Sprite or some other juices that we might bring, you know, from grocery stores. What we do is we just open the can and we start drinking, we start sipping it. Let's not keep that habit. Let's try to avoid that, and let's offer it. At least when we offer it, we are not drinking pap or we are not eating that pap. So that is very good thing to learn, and it is very good thing to offer. So slowly, even if it is, let's say if you're hungry and if they want to eat a banana or an apple, you don't have to slice them or you don't have to cut the apple, you know, just put it in front of Krishna, or that deities, the photos that you have outside. Even if it is at night, while you are watching TV or you're playing with your kids at night, if they get hungry, always keep that a habit. When, as Prabhuji said, you will start practicing, slowly slowly you will get, and then a point will come in, when you would have that habit, that if you forget, your kids will ask you, Mama, Daddy, you didn't offer it to Krishna, you used to offer it. So that is very important. And kids are young, start them at this age. It is very important to start them at this age. And also what's going to happen is, slowly slowly, if you keep that habit, and kids know that we cannot offer anything that has onion, garlic, or any other kind of contents like eggs or anything, so they will start, they will start avoiding those kind of junk food. So you are slowly slowly taking the junk food out of their life. Normally, if you stop a kid, he's not going to stop because he loves those cookie. He's going to keep on eating. But if you keep that habit, when he starts offering, he's going to learn. Oh, I cannot offer this. That means I cannot eat this. So you कहते हैं ना कि एक कंकड़ से दो पक्षी मारे, एक तीर से दो पक्षी मारे. So that is the thing you're doing is, you are giving your kids prasadam too, and at the same time you are avoiding them to eat junk food, and slowly slowly they will practice into that. And kids are very smarter than us. We might forget someday, or we might be in a thing where, hey, I'm tired today, it's okay, I'll just eat it. But kids will never do that, so keep that in mind. Always try to offer everything and then eat it. So that is one thing. That is how you need to offer prasadam. Now when you offer prasadam, those devotees who are initiated, you all know the prasadam offering prayers. So the way you offer it is, first of all, you go in, you have everything ready, especially when you're offering dinner or breakfast. Anytime you offer anything at the meal time, like breakfast, dinner, lunch and dinner, in between if you offer snacks and fruits and everything, that's okay. But this three times you want to offer water with that. Okay, just like us, we always take water with our food. That way Krishna also need to have water with the food. So offer it with water. Even though if you offer buttermilk, or if you offer juice with that, always keep water. So the way it's done in temple is completely different. First, what they do is, we don't want to compare temple deity worship and home deity worship. These are the basics, because we are very busy and we are not that advanced in spiritual, and we don't want to get into that. Then we will be losing our sadhana and everything. But these basic steps are very very sufficient. So when you offer this water and all that thing, the way you want to offer it is, you put everything in the plate, everything is ready, and then once it's ready, you'll just sit down, and you will just, first of all, you start, if you have made a guru, you'll start with guru mantra. You will recite the guru mantra once, and after that, Namahom Vishnu Padaya three times, Namaste Saraswati Deve three times. Then comes the then Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Padayate, that is three times. Then Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmani Hitayache, that mantra three times. And after that, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra three times. So those are the mantra you will offer it three times. You give probably about 15 minutes to 20 minutes. After that, when 15-20 minutes is over, then you will go back, you will ring the bell, and then you will take the plate, asking, before you take the plate, okay, whenever you go, okay, one more thing is over here I would like to add. Whenever you go into the altar, whether it's a small home altar or whatever it is, or you have a picture on a table, you consider that as your altar. Whenever you go, you want to bow down, and first of all, if you have guru, you're bowing down to guru, seeking permission of guru. If you do not have guru, then Srila Prabhupada, this Jagat Guru, is our guru. And then you worship God Nitai or Radha Krishna or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, whatever that is. And then same way, when you're going to take that prasadam, you will bow down, and you will sing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And when you take it, after that, right when the plate is there in front of in the altar in front of the deities, then in your mind you will offer that to our Guru Parampara, so basically Guru Parampara and our Guru. So, hey Guru Maharaj, this Boga has come in. Hey Guru Parampara, this Boga has come in. Please honor this Prasadam. So that way, after it's honored to you, we can take this. So that is very important. After, even if the plate is sitting there, but in your mind, you just want to offer it to the Guru. parampara that we have and our guru. Okay, so this is what you want to do. What my father does is, after it's offered to guru and everything, he will take the plate out of the altar, and right outside the altar he has a table. On that table he has photo of my grandfather and grandmother who have passed away. He always offers to them. So that way he thinks that I already offered my parent. First I offered it to Krishna, then I offer it to my gurus, and then I offer it to my parents, and now I'm eating it. So if I mean, he's doing it very nicely. So this was just one thing that he does it. So I just brought it up to you. And it's just done, you're just taking that plate and you're just showing it to the photo of, he just shows it to the photo of his parents. And in the mind says, I'm just offering it. It takes about less than 30 seconds. So that is something, it is not necessary, but that was what, if you would like to do it for your grandparents or your parents or whatever that is. So this is just an extra thing. But definitely you want to offer it to the Guru Parampara and Guru Maharaj. Okay, so that is what it is. And then I already showed you when the prasadam comes in, how to mix it and all that stuff. Krishna likes everything. So you can make any prasadam that is made home. There's no restriction. Whatever it is, he eats spicy, he eats salty, he eats sour, like nimu jada hai, whatever it is, but make sure it is offered and then you eat. And also try to keep an habit. I will tell you very good thing in my family, especially, Chinmay and Dehuti and they all, who start in all our family. Before they used to taste everything and then offer it as a kaisa bana hai, pata nahi hai. But then when they kept in habit of it without making it without tasting, trust me, every time the food is really good. I mean, it is wow, because it's prasadam and Krishna is also love it. So it is wow, because you're making it the bhav se bane, and you always have that, no, I shouldn't put too much, or I should put this, I should put the Krishna will not like it. That is the constant, that is the concept you have in your mind. And very one important thing is, just like my Yashoda, when she was churning the butter, you know, that time what she was doing, that she was reciting the Leelas of Krishna. So we should always have kirtan or some katha going on, whether on our phone or our tape recorder while we are making food, in the kitchen, because that is the best time for Matajis. They are alone in the kitchen and they are just themselves to Krishna. They have no one in between them and Krishna. They're cooking it, and once you start doing that practice, you will get in that bhav that, wow, I'm cooking it for my Krishna. I want to make this, I want to make this, and then you are singing that kirtan, or you are listening to Krishna Lila. Very important thing. Always have that thing. So that is very one thing to do. So over here, Prabhuji, if I have missed anything, please let me know, or if anybody has any question on this prasadam part.
Prabhu, I have a couple of questions. So
Mhm,
one, many of us are working,
mhm.
and so we might be either traveling because of work, or we might be eating in the cafeteria or some other place. So what is your guidance regarding how do we offer that prasadam, or how do we maintain some sanctity?
Very, very wonderful question, Prabhuji. I had this question for many, many times in my mind. And the reason I said that very wonderful question, today we had an online session with Upendra Prabhu. And when he chose the topic, this topic came in, and something about Prasadam came in. So I asked the same question this morning and I got a very good answer. And I'm going to share that answer, what he gave me an answer. So what Upendra Prabhu said is, once he went with one of the Maharaj on a preaching tour to Himachal Pradesh and all those places. And you know how in India, those places are a little backward, so you don't have that great facilities. So they were forced to stay in a small lodge kind of a thing, where there was only one kitchen. I mean, basically it was thing, which it was filthy, and they used to cook non-veg too. Now, this team of 4 or 5 devotees and Maharaj, they were there preaching since morning, and they had to reach to the destination. So what they did is, they said, the Maharaj said to their devotees, they said, why don't you go and make some prasadam? So they went and they tried to clean the plates and the utensils as good as they could, because they cooked all meat products in there. And then they went in, they cut some vegetable, they cooked some rice, some type of dalia or khichdi or whatever they could find, and they cooked it with some milk and everything. They brought it, and before they asked Maharaj this question, they said, Maharaj, this prasad, which I mean, this prasad which we have cooked in, it's actually was cooked in the same utensils where there was meat cooked before. It was not cleaned properly, and sometimes also, we have to. At that time, Maharaj said, "No problem, bring it." Maharaj just offered it in the mind, and they said, "Now eat it. It's prasadam." So they asked Prabhuji, Maharajji, how did you offer it? He said, I didn't offer it to Krishna. I didn't offer it to Krishna. What I told Krishna, I said, hey Krishna, this food is not worth for you to be honored. But since we are devotees, we have to also survive. We also have a body. We need to feed this body. And we are on a preaching. We are in a Krishna consciousness. So please, please take all the calamities from this food, okay, and make it a prasadam. So the Maharaj did not offer it to Krishna, but requested Krishna to take all the calamities or the bad calamities and make it a prasadam. So then you are eating prasadam. So same thing, Prabhuji, when we are at work, let's say at workplace, they might be having some salads, or some bread or something. And definitely we have to feed this body, right? Take that, and normally, over here, it's all not contaminated. It's always in a fresh plate and everything. You take that when you're sitting on the table, just offer it to Krishna. And one more thing is, said is if you have Guru Maharajas, then to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. If you don't have a guru, then definitely our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada offer it to Guru Maharaj. So Krishna will take all the bad calamities, and then it becomes prasadam. We are offering it to our Guru, and then definitely we are requesting that this is not to be honored to you, but please make this some kind of a prasadam where at least we can have it. So this is the way you could do it when it's at work, or if you are traveling, even if it is any fruits or something like that. That is the best way to do it, Prabhuji. And I think I was very satisfied with that answer, Prabhuji.
Well, this was very nice answer. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Any more?
I have a question, but I'll wait for others
Sure.
to ask, and then if nobody else asks, then I'll ask.
Prabhuji, in case if there is more, we have the prashadam, and we have mixed it with the other things, what we have offered it to Krishna. And if it is more, we'll keep it in the fridge. Can we eat the next day, or we should not eat, Prabhuji?
No, Mataji. Yes, if you keep it in the fridge, you definitely can eat it next day. And let's say, for an example, if you have made it too much, and if you think that next day also you might not be able to finish it, then what I do is, I'll tell you what I do is, because I go to work and I will take, because that prasadam, Haribol would pack it for me. So she will pack, like, even if it is made too much, she will pack some for me, and she'll also pack the others, and she'll say that take it to your colleague and have it, because we eat together, right? Colleagues and at work we eat together. And I offer them, hey, my wife has sent something special for you, would you like to try it? Indian food, it's nice, it's yummy. She got me one dibba, and she's, this is for you. So they once also, wow, she's so sweet that she's sending me food, and then they will eat it. So I will share it. So what we are doing is, we are feeding them prasadam, right? So while they eat prasadam, it's killing their lot of pap karmas from many births or previous births and everything. So, and then what other thing is happening is, we are not also wasting that prasadam, right?
Definitely.
That Mahaprabhu is not wasted. So yes, you can definitely eat it the next day. But even if you think that it is more the next day, then you can always do it. Take it at work, at your colleague or your neighbors or something. Do it that way.
Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji. That is
One more thing. One more thing I would like to add to over here is, sometimes we do make like something sweet, like pandas or gajar halwa and all that stuff. And we know that when we make those kind of Indian sweet, we make it in a quantity, because it's not a thing that to be made every day.
correct.
So what we do is, in that case, we put it in a nice utensil, and every time we want to eat it, we take a scoop of it, a little bit of it or pieces of it. We offer it, and then we honor it as a prasadam. Then next day again, or 2 days later, because halwa and that doesn't go bad for months or weeks or something like
Correct.
that. Many Indians would.
Correct.
So that, but make sure when you have offered few pieces, then if you're hungry, do not take it from that same pot or same dibba, and then just eat it. Make sure it's offered, and after offering, it's not become juta, so you have not taken anything from it. So
Correct.
whatever you take, it's offered, and then you just eat it. That's what you want to do.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Right.
much.
Okay. I think Anuja Mataji had raised a hand.
Yes,
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 Mataji.
Prabhu, I had a question. I just had a technical question about the Achman.
Mhm.
So once we prepare the Achman cup in the morning, we are supposed to sanctify the prasadam as well with the achman. And my question was, do we keep separate achman cup for us doing the what is it called? Where we
Achmani.
say Namo Brahm,
Yeah.
Om
Om
Keshwaya Nama, Om
Keshwaya Namaha.
Madhavaya
Yeah,
Nama,
Om Madhvaya
and a
Namaha.
separate achman cup to sanctify the food.
Okay. Very good question, Mataji. As I told you, we are going to be doing the basic step. Those are the
Mhm.
steps done in temples or very, very
Okay.
senior devotees who does it. So we don't want to get into that, Mataji, because we are grahastas, we have small kids, and on top of that, we have jobs. The only one thing we don't have in our life is time. We don't have time. Okay, so if you start getting into all that
Mm.
stuff, it's going to be too complicated, and then you will be at time will come in where you're fighting it and you're not doing everything properly, you're not even paying attention to your sadhana and everything. So what I would recommend is, it's just basic thing is just keep that achmani, that is to just purify yourself, not for purifying the prasadam, because there is steps when you're doing that. There are mantras you
Okay.
speak in, you sprinkle it around the thali, and then all that stuff. So that is all the high level of deity worshipping thing, and that is done at the temple. Normally when you offer that food, before offering you always have to rinse Lord's mouth and everything. So before that, what you do is you take there's like three different achmani cups. From one it's pure just water, on the other it's clove water. So first you give them fresh water, then you give them clove water, so it refreshes their mouth like a mouth freshener. And then you offer them prasadam, and after prasadam is offered, then again you do the same thing. So there are a lot of steps, Mataji, to it. We don't want to get into that. I know many of them might have seen some videos or some deity worship course and everything. What we are learning today is basic thing.
Mm.
Nothing is better than something. So we were not doing this, at least we clarify ourselves, that is one thing. So those are the things
Okay.
we're going to be doing. Yes, Mataji. But
Okay.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
you're right. What they do is, it is definitely normally you can have the same achmani cup, because that's a secret water, because you're not putting, you can do it off the same cup if you feel like you can do it, and if you have time for it. But the same cup is fine, Mataji. Same achman cup is fine to
Okay.
do take the achman yourself, and also put the achman on your food plate, around the food plate too. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, you're welcome, Mataji.
So then, Prabhu, I have another question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So sometimes what happens is we have these leftovers,
Mhm.
and it's like we have this leftover for 1 day or 2 day, whatever it is. We don't like feel like eating the same thing, right? So what we would then do is take the leftover and mix something with it, either mix some other additional roti or atta or whatever it is, and then make something out of. So for example, some leftover dal, make some atta with it, and then that way that way. So whatever we make, should we offer it again, or now we cannot offer it, can no longer offer that?
No, Prabhuji, you cannot offer it, because the leftover that was there, first of all, you cannot offer anything that is leftover to Krishna. Exceptional, if I gave you that, you had made that laddu. In India, normally in the temples, they don't even offer, they make fresh laddus, rasgullas, rasmalai every morning. Each and every morning, Krishna is offered three type of different pure milk sweets every morning at 4:30 in the morning. And not only one type, three types. So it might be rasmalai, maybe rabdi, whatever is pure milk item, they make it mama and all that stuff. But they don't do one thing, is they don't make it in quantity. यार कल कोई बनाने वाला नहीं है, चलो आज बनाया, 3 दिन तो अच्छी रहती है, तो 3 दिन will offer that same thing 3 days. No, they don't do that. So same thing, once the food that is offered, and if we have it left over, we cannot mix something with it and reoffer. I will tell you something is, try once you start offering, and once you have this practice. Same thing used to happen at my house. you know uh, कभी कभी दाल ज्यादा बन जाती थी, कभी सब्जी ज्यादा बन जाती थी. अब 2 दिन बंदे ने खाया, थर्ड डे यू डोंट फील लाइक ईटिंग दैट सेम थिंग, राइट? डेफिनेटली. बट बिकॉज इट इज प्रसाद, so then slowly when we realize it, that oh my gosh, this was too much, we started cutting down. And at the point it comes in, you once with the practice, within 3 4 weeks 5 weeks, you will come to it that you will make enough quantity, okay, that you will not have a leftover. And even if you have sometimes leftover, as I told you, next day just take it. But even still, once in a while, what you can do is, you can smell it, because other thing is, sometimes food also goes bad, and you don't want to force yourself to eat a bad food too, because again, you have to take care of it. Then you smell that and sick, sorriness, mercy from your Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Say, hey, Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada, I have made, Guru Maharaj, I am making mistake. And then you smell it, and then you can definitely discard that prasadam. But try not to, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने रोज कर दिया है ना, चलो ज्यादा बना है, सूंघ के अपने भगवान से माफी मांग, गुरु से माफी मांग के हमने उसको डिस्पोज कर दिया. No, limit to few times a month or few times a year, then it's a different story. But never ever mix it and offer it again. Once it's offered and it's prasadam, you cannot offer it as a bhoga again.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have one more question, but I'll wait to see if anybody else.
Sure, Prabhu. No, anybody? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Prabhuji, sometimes we have some things like masala. We have some kind of masala and we want to add in something. So from the same masala, can we make prasadam like some chili powder? We want to add that. So can we then?
Okay, I understand. If I am understanding your question right, let's say for an example, you offer something to Krishna, okay, and it comes back and you think that salt was very less in this, or it is not spicy as per your level. So you then you put some spices on top of that, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good question. Very good question. This is the question that I don't like. Okay, I mean, I like the question, but this is what I don't like to do it. I should say that, because same thing happened. What I believe is the how that I have in me is what I do is that you made something which didn't have enough spices to it or enough salt to it. You already offered it to Krishna. Krishna did take that because he's so merciful, right? He took that as a devotee. Then when you got it, अरे यार मैंने तो नमक डालना भूल गया, and then you put namak on top of it. I myself personally, I said, I will eat this same what Krishna was fed. That way I will realize my mistake next time, that I have to be perfect. I will realize that. But I do not put upar se, it's not that I have not done it. Sometimes I have done it, but I have started keeping a practice where I don't do that anymore, where I don't do that, So whatever it is, I just keep it, just eat whatever is prasadam. But that is different circumstances, you can try to avoid to do that, but yes, you can put it, or what you can do is, the best thing is, the major thing you forget is salt and chili. Those are the two things. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि हल्दी आप ऊपर से डालते, या धनिया ऊपर से डालते, या राई ऊपर से डालते, या हींग ऊपर से डालते, ऐसा तो आप नहीं करते, right? So the two things are salt, pepper, and maybe chili powder. So what you can do is you can take that, and that one you just you cannot just offer plain chili and all that stuff too. But some things you can just keep it on side on the dining table, and you can just sprinkle it on top of your food if you want to. Okay, so that's what you can do. But this is one thing that I like it. I never ever, if salt has been if they don't put the salt, I always eat it without salt or without whatever was missing. I eat it that way.
Prabhuji, can I tell something?
Sure, Mataji, please.
When I went to one of the devotees' house, they kept even salt and some lemon in case. And next to Krishna, if it is correct or not, you please adjust Krishna for yourself. I'm sorry, they'll tell. And they'll keep one small bottle of salt and a little lemon or chili, whatever it is, or at the side of the prasadam, and they used to offer that. So that one I observed, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Very nice. Yes, that is true. I have seen that too myself. But thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that is another option, Shamapriya Mataji, to your question.
Yes, Prabhuji, my question. Sorry, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji. Let's finish yours.
Okay, so like Prabhu, my little clarification, if you can do, is like, supposing for example today I had we made pizza for prasadam at the dinner time. So you know how we sprinkle oregano. So one pizza we offered to Radha Rasbihari ji, but on the second pizza we don't offer all the pizzas we make. So we sprinkle the oregano on the second pizza. So then after on the third pizza, can I use the oregano for like next time when I make, or is it like wo jhutha ho gaya hai?
No, no, it is absolutely fine. It is absolutely fine. Because let's say, for example, if you have invited 10, 20 devotees at your house, okay, and you're making dosas, right? So now every time you're not going to go ahead and offer 20 dosas to Krishna, right? You just offer one dosa, and same thing. So same thing with this. Probably you're making individual pen of, and then you're going to sprinkle something. But in that case, if you want to be more particular, what you can do is, let's say you know that you're going to offer oregano or some crushed pepper on the pizza, some black pepper, or some other few things too, then what you can do is you can take it out in small katoris or bowls, and then offer it, so the container that you have, that doesn't become contaminated. But once again, I'm telling you that this 3 days seminar we are keeping it, that is just a basic. Imagine, until this 2 days what we have listened to, we were not doing all this thing before, which was very basic things, and these are basic things. So if you even do this, you will have a feeling for it, so you don't want to get into very seniority or detail level right now. I'm telling you, devotees, again, the main thing is your sadhana. Okay, that is your main thing. Then comes bhakti. Because we are grahastha, we have kids, young kids, we have family. Okay, we have work, because most of them are, you are working. In some cases, both husband and wife, both spouses are working. So we also, but what we are not doing, but at least if we do this, that is still, again, Krishna is very merciful. He is looking at your bhav. He is not looking whether that oregano was offered before or not offered, or this mirchi was offered or not offered, right? But he's looking into that. So we need to, certain things which are very important, like keeping a separate plate, and all those utensils for Krishna, that is important. Sometimes if you don't have that, then you can use paper plate and all that stuff, but not all the times, right? So but you cannot offer it into the same plate that you are eating. That is definitely no, no, no. So those are the things. Yeah, but
So
yeah, and go ahead, Mataji.
has it always have to be like we have to put it in a plate? We cannot just offer like my son, he will want to eat ice cream late night, he will take the chalk bar and he will just put tulsi leaf and he will just offer it like that, he will not put a plate or anything. So is it recommended that we have to offer in a plate, Prabhu?
No, 100% recommended. What he is doing is perfect. Rather than he opens that chalk bar from the fridge and just bites it, it's better that he's offering to Krishna in that same wrapper of the chalk bar that he has, or a packet of chips. Open the packet of chips and offer that same pack, because how do you eat it? You eat it from the packet of chip, right? So same thing with that, is the bhav we have. At least he is offering. That is the main thing. Okay, he's not just opening the wrapper or the packet of chip and he's just putting his hand and eating it. He is eating prasadam. That is more important. So kids, I told you, see, they're very smarter than us. They know to offer it. They will not eat it. Once you give them a practice, they will not eat it without offering. We might sometime make that mistake, but kids will tend not to make that mistake.
We have quite a few other questions.
Yes. Yeah,
Girdhar,
sure.
Prabhu,
Lalita Prabhu, Lalita Prasad Prabhu.
you already answered my answer, Prabhu. So
Oh,
I'm good.
Girdhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. How are you? Long
Very
time, Prabhuji.
good, Prabhu. I'm good. Good.
Good, good.
You already answered my question, so I'm okay.
Okay, 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 perfect.
all right. Others also have their hands raised. I saw Lalita Prasad
Sure.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. I have a question, kind of along the same line. When we're traveling, we usually go into Walmart and or Kroger's and buy salad. And we offer it, but the way that I do it is, and correct me on this, back in the old days in ISKCON, we used to have this Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. What do you think of that, Sri? Have you heard of that? I mean, I don't know. It's so long. I mean, this is back in the 70s. This is what started someplace. I think it was started by the Gorokula kids in Texas, and it kind of caught fire, for a lot of, ISKCON devotees of the time. But I still use that. And do you think that's valid? I mean, I think it is. I mean, I do it with my heart, it's offering, but what do you think of the Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu? It sounds a little funny, but give me your feedback on it, please. Thank you.
Okay. So Prabhuji, to give you the feedback, I mean, Vishnu is also Krishna Tattva, right? So if you do it that way, there is no harm to it. But ultimately, the supreme personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna, right? So if you're saying it's Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, which is not no harm to that, but rather than that, why don't we keep in a habit of saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? So Hare means Radha Rani, right? So Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. There over it, you are just saying Vishnu. Now, the way I would take it is, let's say Krishna and Radha is together, and if you're only offering to Vishnu, Krishna might say that he has an offer, or Radha Rani might say he hasn't offered it to me, he has only offered it to you. So I'm hungry. You
Okay,
can have it. But you say Hare
that's good.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, it
Hare
solves the
Krishna.
problem. And then going
Okay.
back to this question, we know that Leela, when Pandavas was in the one, and when Durvasa Muni came in with his 10,000 disciples, what happened? Krishna just ate that one grain that was left over, and the entire universe, all the living entity, non-living entity, everybody was fed by when Krishna was fed. Even Vishnu, even Brahma, even Mahesh, everybody was full, right? Everybody got. So rather than doing that, why not just go to the best step and just offer it to her and just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you,
Yes,
Hare
yeah,
Krishna.
it's the same thing you're doing, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. I
Thank
hope
you.
that I answered your question.
Oh, you certainly have. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
So we had Vivek
You
who
did have
wanted to ask a question. Go ahead, Vivek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam Prabhu. My name is Vivek. I am from Indianapolis. I have one confusion here, Prabhu. Like in Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter, 10th verse, Lord Sri Krishna was saying like food prepared more than 3 hours before eating comes under the modness, I mean the mode of darkness, right? How we have to take this one, Prabhu?
Okay. So Krishna did say that, right? That
Yeah.
is absolutely right. But again, I'm telling you is what is our habit? We do not offer, whether it's cooked fresh or if it is cut and prep for it in the morning, we cook it in the evening. What we are trying to eliminate is anything that is cooked, whether it's cooked 2 days ago or 1 day ago or 3 hours ago, we are cooking it, and from cooking directly from the kitchen to our plate and then we are taking that. So what we are doing is we are taking the pap. हम सिर्फ पाप ही खा रहे हैं. Rather than it's better to offer it to Krishna, okay, and then honor the prasadam. So at least because see, everything, every food, whatever we eat, whether it's vegetables or grains, they are all living entity, right? Everything has atma in it. So when we are eating that, we are committing pap of, right? So we are not eating the pap if it is honored and if it is prasadam. It is said, right? And as I told you, circumstances, like in temples, if you would go, the same thing would be followed what you're quoting from Bhagavad Gita, right? But over here, it's completely different. We are in Grahastha ashram, and that also time, place, and circumstances. We are in a country where those things are not physically possible to cook in 3 hours before. So we also need to consider that too, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, we had Giriraj Hari Prabhu who wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
one
Dhanavad.
quick question. Let's say if I bring a bag or box of oranges,
Mhm,
and if I offer first orange to Lord Krishna,
mhm,
and then later on, let's say 3 days after, we are not eating in the evening. Let's say we are not having dinner, we are skipping.
mhm.
So is it okay to take another orange from that same box or fridge and offer it to Krishna? Or when since I offer the first one, the whole box became prasad? So that's kind of
No,
my
Prabhuji.
question.
Very good question, Prabhuji. No, it does not become prasadam. What you are offering is oranges, bananas, apple, all that stuff, the fruits. You cut them or you peel them and then you offer it and then you eat it. and let's say 2 days later you take it from the same bag or a box, you offer it again and you eat it, no, it is no harm to do that. There is no problem.
Okay.
Even sometimes, let's say you offered one orange, right, or two
Hmm.
oranges, and you ate it and you feel like you want to eat more, then
More.
take it, quickly offer it outside, and then second round, the thing is, what you do is you just put it in. I'll tell you what we do and what I was also told by senior devotees. Let's say if you are having something, I'll take an example of yogurt. I love yogurt a lot. So when you offered a yogurt, it was just little only offered, right, from the
Hmm.
same patali. जैसे हमको तो पता है हम दही कैसे बनाते हैं, right?
Hmm.
It is in the one same patali it's made in, and then you offer it little. But then if you want to eat more, so what I do is I'll take little more, wash my hands, I'll take little
Hmm.
more right outside. I'll just offer it outside on the kitchen platform. We have a small Radha Krishna, or sorry, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya. We offer it to them, and then I
Hmm.
just mix it and eat it. And I will just offer at that time. I'll just offer it in a disposable cup or bowl or something, so that way I don't have to then rinse the plate and all that stuff. So that is also you can do. And for fruits, you can offer it as many times. You take one orange, two oranges, three oranges, and then you offer the other one. No problem at all.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
matter. Doesn't matter. One more thing I would like to add is, before anybody has any more question, is when you are offering outside, I told this in last session too. I'm going to tell you in this session too. The deities that you have outside, normally what we do is we keep those Radha Krishnas, which we get it from the market, like a, I don't know if somebody has it, if they can show me that picture. Chinmay Devi, can you turn your camera on and show that one? We have it next to our thing in the middle. Huh? Yeah, made with resin earth. Can you show that thing? Or Devuti, if you have it next in your, or Shyamapriya, or someone
Yeah,
might have it.
sure, Prabhu.
Yeah, if you can turn your video on and if you
Yeah,
can show that.
sure.
And Prabhu, can you also explain in this regard? There is a comment, how we make the 10 laddus and we offer one laddu every day, so the other 9 it's so
It's
we
not.
can also
Yeah, you can offer it. Yes.
yeah. Like, can you explain him like in this regard so he can like
Yeah.
orange?
Yes. I'm just going to wait on that video. If 1 second. So basically, as I said, told that before, that when you're making those sweets, like you made 10 pedas or 10 laddus, and you're offering one every day, then the other 9 or other leftover. Yeah, right here. Yeah, see right this. Okay, 1 minute. I'm talking about this one. You know how you have. Can everybody see this?
Yeah, yeah, we can see it.
No. Oh, no, kind of.
Yeah.
Background.
Yeah, yeah. The Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, right?
No, not that one. You're looking at my screen right now.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. We can't see you. Hold on. Yeah, can you show again, Prabhu?
Yeah, sure.
Move the background.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to move the background. None kar dijiye. Right here. See how this details we have? We get it, we bring it from India, Radha Krishna or all that stuff. So these deities are not valid. These deities are not valid. You cannot offer anything to these deities. It is not acceptable. But what, like, see, Chinmay has that Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya, that is from Jagannath Puri. Or you can have any printed photo, or if you have brought a photo from, like, say, Mayapur, Radha Shyam Sundar, I'm sorry, Radha Damodar, Radha Shyam Sundar, or Radha Natwar, Radha Vrindavan Chardha, any deity that are worshipped at ISKCON temples, even their photo, printout photo of any size, you put it outside, whether it's framed or it's not framed, you offer it to them, that is valid. But lot of people, I mean, at my house, until long time, I had that thing, and I was offering to that. But one senior devotee told me, and my counselor actually told me, I learned my lessons and I'm not offering to that. So that is not valid. But yes, something like that, like Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, right now in my kitchen next to my platform, that is valid because it is from Jagannath Puri. It's that Jagannath Puri's deity. It's just captured in a photo and printed out and put it over there. So any certified ISKCON deities that are worshipped every day, those are valid. Am I clear on this question? I'm going to repeat that in Hindi. Okay. सो हम लोग जब कोई भी भोग लगाते हैं और हम क्विक भोग जब या जो जैसे बच्चे लोग चिप्स भी रखते तो हमने एक बाहर भगवान रखे राधा कृष्ण जो हम मार्केट से लेके आए हैं जो बहुत कलरफुल होते हैं यू नो मेलामाइट या मीन्स कोई पर्सनल मटेरियल के बने हुए थे उसे हम ऑफर नहीं कर सकते वो वैलिड नहीं है उसकी जगह पे हम कोई भी इस्कॉन के टेम्पल में जिस डिविटी का वर्शिप होता है डेली वर्शिप होता है जैसे राधा श्याम सुंदर है राधा दामोदर है राधा वृंदावन चंद्र है राधा नटवर है या राधा गोविंद नाथ जी है राधा गोविंद या वॉट एवर कोई भी डिटीज है उस डिटी का आप फोटो रखिए चाहे वो फ्रेम किया हुआ या अनफ्रेम किया हुआ वो प्रिंट आउट वाला भी होगा तो भी चलेगा you can offer it to that deity that photo then it is valid or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya from photos too and definitely you want to keep Prabhupada and your Gurudev's photo too over there so that is also recommended मैं जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया का फोटो इसलिए रखता हूँ because see Radha Krishna they have limitation in the time जगन्नाथ बलदेव 24/7 they can eat anything every day so रात को 2 बजे भूख लगी उठ के जगन्नाथ बलदेव जी को ऑफर कर दो खा लो कुछ नो प्रॉब्लम 12 बजे तक अगर जगह है आइसक्रीम खाने की इच्छा हुई बच्चों को या किसी को ऑफर इट टू देम सो जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया 24/7 उनको चालू रहता है भूख लगता है उनको so that is why I keep जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा Okay, Dipali Mataji, I think you have question, Mother Dipali ji.
More than enough. Your talk is excellent.
Thank you very much. It's just blessing from you, Mother.
You have generalized the thing so easily, and it is really acceptable for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mother. Okay. So any more questions before we move on to the next topic of Tulsi Maharani worship?
Prabhu, so I have one more question.
Sure, Prabhu. See, we don't want to move to the next step until and unless all the questions are asked. So the more the questions, yes, it is better. So we will definitely take all the questions or all the concerts or any suggestions you have.
So my question is, Prabhu, many times we go to either our friends' places or relatives' places, especially relatives in India, right? In friends over here in the US, people are more or less accommodating that, you know what, you don't feel like eating, don't have to eat. But in India, people, no, you have to come. It's really insulting if you don't eat at our place, that kind of a thing. So how do you suppose we navigate through that? Because at least in my cases, many of my relatives, many of people in India that I know, they will be eating a lot of non-veg food, lot of other stuff, and it's very difficult for me to say like, no, I really don't want to eat at your place. So how do you suggest we do that?
Okay, very, very wonderful question, Prabhuji. Very wonderful question. Okay, there are two ways you can do this. And again, I was reading a book too, and I was also listening to, I forgot which Maharaj said this, but once Prabhupada went to a devotee, for collecting some funds, okay, and at that time, the devotee, the businessman whom he went to collect for the funds, it was so hard for him to get time, to meet that devotee. He was a very big businessman in those days, in 1950s or whatever time that was. And then once they got the time, it was only 4 or 5 minutes that was allocated for Prabhupada. And over there, they offered them Sprite or Limca, whatever that was, some soft drink. And Prabhupada just took that and drank that. And he told all his devotees, all his disciples who came in to drink it. And then, they talked to them and he was able to donate something. And then when they came outside, they asked Prabhupada, so Prabhupada, you tell in your lecture that not to drink this, not to eat this and all that, and you drank it. He said, yes, I do tell my lecture, but I told you to drink it, so you should drink it. And over there, what was Prabhupada's thinking that after so many months or so many months of, so many months of hard work, they got just 3 or 5 minutes of that big business tycoon. Now, if he doesn't drink, and if he say, oh, no, 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 we are from Vaishnav Sampradaya, we don't eat anything that is not offered, or we don't drink that has, some kind of bubbly drink and all that stuff, then he would have wasted that 3 minutes or 5 minutes and give him the lecture why we don't drink it. Might as well just drink it. And when Prabhupada drank it, he said, hey, Krishna, please forgive me. Please forgive me, but circumstances are different, and he drinks it. So in same cases is happens to me too. I also go to some places, some family members where they are not devotees, but good thing is they don't eat non-veg. Over there I go there, and they don't cook anything with onion garlic for me. So I go there, and I always honor that. I don't start giving them lecture. So, oh, no, no, you should not eat this and that. At that time, in your mind, you just pray, oh, Gurudev, hey, Krishna, oh, merciful Radharani, I'm committing a big offense, but again, I am also this body, and in this body I also have to manage my body relations and all that stuff. So please forgive me. And then you just take Krishna's name 3 times, or Hare Krishna Mahamantra once, and then you honor it. I know you're not honoring with man, but it is you're honoring it because just to keep them happy. So that is what also you can do. And how often does that happen, Prabhuji? We go to India probably every other year or once a 3 year, and that also then in that 3 years we might just go to that one time. So then that is what it is. But a devotee has gone to their house, they have taken something, they have played. Maybe you never know, after so many births they might also be in devotional service. So that is what we need to ask forgiveness. Say, hey, Krishna, please give them some kind of a sense that at least they quit eating meat. At least you leave something, you don't take them. At least that day you can say, you know what, I am going to honor you, my today's 5 malas brought to you. That way you at least don't eat meat, or you in your mind you can offer them something. So you're giving something, you're not taking, you're not bringing back. And your sadhana is more powerful than they're offering uncooked prasad, or even if they had served to non-veg before in that, but at least you're not eating non-veg or Vaishnav food. That should be, I think. And that it's very, very, if it is an everyday, then you shouldn't do that. But once every so many years, it's different. It's definitely acceptable, I guess.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think Jay Prabhu probably had another question. Go ahead, Jay Prabhu. Or it could be Priyanka Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Yeah, Danvat Pranam Prabhu. Excellent talk. I have learned so much this evening. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Yeah. Prabhu, I had one question, and I'm sorry if you already mentioned this and I missed it. When we offer milk to Krishna, did you already talk about that?
No, we did not.
Yeah. So let's say, we all get gallon jugs from the grocery store. So, is it okay to, offer from the same gallon jug? Like, offer a cup and then we keep it and we can give it to the kids. That is one question. And I'll ask my other question too, which I always had a doubt. Let's say we get a bag of apples or bag of oranges. We offered one apple, and I have been putting that apple back in the bag, and then I consider that bag offered. Is that the right thing to do, or I have to offer every apple or every piece of fruit? You can clarify both these things.
Did Giriraj Prabhu WhatsApp you this question?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, no, I'm just yes, Mataji. So I'll start with your second question first. A bag of orange or bag of apple, whenever you bring it, let's say you offered one today, and then later in the evening again you can offer it from the same bag, or next day you can offer it, no problem. Okay, that is completely separate. But I would definitely add one thing to your, whenever you offering anything from those bags that you brought it, always wash it once. Just rinse it out with water and then offer it. Even if it is honored, even if it is peelable fruits like banana, orange, just wash it under running tap water and then peel it off and then offer it. Okay, same thing with you can, yes. And then coming back to your question on the milk. So what it is let's say you offer 1 cup of milk, but the kids want more, or if you have 2 kids, they both want milk. So what I normally do is, when I offer it to Krishna, a cup of milk, when that cups come back, I mix it in from that Krishna's cup, I mix it into 2 kids' cup, or if it is 3 cups, I mix 3 cups if I'm drinking the milk, 3 cups, little, and then rest I will add it from the gallon of milk. So we all are getting full cup of milk, because remember, Prasadam, to make the rest of the food prasadam, you only need a drop, right? So one drop of prasadam can make the other remaining of a cup of milk, 3/4 or whatever it is, a prasadam. Prasadam is that powerful. So definitely yes. So that I will tell you one good thing is my self-realization. I will tell you, before when I started this, I used to do same thing what you all are doing. I used to get a gallon of milk. I used to offer it in the morning, in the afternoon. If I wanted to drink it, I will just pour it out and drink it. But now a day this is what bhakti is. If you have fever, how do you measure it? You measure it with thermometer. You put that thermometer, and you say, oh wow, you have 101 or 102 fever, right? That is how you measure. But how are you progressing your bhakti? Is there some kind of a device to measure that? The device is this. Today, even if, let's say, for example, if I would offer it, whatever I want to drink, I would offer completely. Before I was just taking little and I would offer and then will pour. But now I don't do that every day. I have cut down from doing it every day to probably once a month or something. That will automatic, the change will come with practice. And the day will come in Mataji that, let me tell you this, the same gallon of milk, wherever you, whatever grocery store you bring from, try it once after, practicing. You offer, drink that offered milk, and same milk you drink it without offer, you will find a big difference in taste. Same milk, but you will see the difference because that is not offered, and you will only not feel like not drinking this milk. Man, किसी ने इसमें जहर डाल दिया है. That is the difference that you are. So practice with this. भक्ति में आपको धीरे धीरे आप करोगे ना माता जी. So today is almost February we can say it almost, today's the 30th, or what day is today? I even forgot the date. 30th, okay. After next year, on 30th, you will have such a big difference in you all, that you will realize how close you have come to Krishna and Radha or Nityanand Prabhu and there. Bhakti is very powerful. You will see the difference. And the day, if something, when you are getting into this bhakti, see the day what has happened. If somebody is going to be sick in your family, that day you will see your deities or you will see your photos. They will not have the same bhav. They will also be depressed. And if you are cheerful, if something has happened good, like your son might have got real nice grades, or he might have won a trophy, at that day the cheerful will be on your face, and your deities also would be cheerful. You will see the difference. That is what bhakti is. And that is same back, we heard about this, like gopis, when Krishna was away, they were unhappy. When they used to just hear that, oh, Krishna is back, they didn't even see him. They just heard, oh, Krishna is back in Nandgaon or Gokul or Vrindavan. They used to be so happy, and that's going to be the same thing. You start practicing this thing, it is very, very going to be benefit you in the bhakti process. Slowly, the day will come, that you will never eat anything without offering. It will come. It will come. But practice is very important.
Thank you so much. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Mataji.
Excellent, Prabhuji. You have given such a beautiful talk, and which is very useful for us. I'm very, very overwhelmed of that.
Yeah, you know what? I would thank Prabhuji, because that is what he suggested. There is very important thing, because that's what it is. We all are doing something, but what we do is we don't know how to do it, and we are scared, to ask someone, whether we are doing it right. So this is all family, and then the way we do it is if you are, and as I told you again, if you have some questions, you have doubt, please get my number from Pandit Srivas Prabhu or from the group I am in. You call me directly, and I will also say, if someone wants, if you want to do a video calling at your house, of your altar, how to set it up and all that stuff, I'll be happy to help you out. I can even personally come to your house, spend some time with you, and talk to you one-on-one too. I'm very open with that too. We can definitely do that. Yes, we can definitely do that.
It's really, really wonderful. So Prabhu, my request now is
9:24.
Yes, could we then, and this was fascinating, right? And so we want to do justice to Tulsi Puja as well.
Right.
Would it be okay with you if we were to do that the following weekend?
Yes, Prabhuji. Anyway, yeah, I'm also a little exhausted today. I had a long